Jaya Gunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yasoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Radha Nata Radha, Radha Nata Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Jaya Gora Hari. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gora Haribol, 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 Nitai Gora Haribol. Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Preshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktil Bhavati Naistaki Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So today we are reading from Transcendental Diary. Okay, I have to. Let's see. Document download. Just bear with me. I have to find the document first. It was sent by email. Yes, I have to chase the email. Okay. Anybody has today's topic? Alanat, just 1 second. Let me see. Let me find. Allah. So yesterday somebody sent me the found it. Finally I found it. Okay, finally I found it. 25th of May, year 2004, Transcendental Diary, Chapter 4, Honolulu. That May 31st, 1976. On the morning walk, we were discussing philosophies that have replaced the idea of God being supreme. Pushta Krishna Swami described to Srila Prabhupada a new one, that of ecology. He told Prabhupada that now, instead of thinking that man is the center of the universe, the idea is to understand that man is part of the universe. So they shifting the idea from center of universe to part of universe. Therefore, we should take care of the environment, because man will ultimately kill himself if he doesn't. Srila Prabhupada asked for the meaning of behind this reasoning. So Pushta Krishna explained that people now think that man himself has become a problem, especially within the last 200 years, because we have exploited the atmosphere and the earth so badly that, practically speaking, man is on the verge of self-destruction. I recalled something I read in the newspaper and offered it as a practical example. They are getting scared because they put so much pollution in the atmosphere, into the water, into the earth, that now it's reacting against them. I was telling you about the blob of garbage that was left out in the sea, headed down towards the harbor in New York. For the last 50 years, they have dumped all the garbage in the sea, and now it is collected together and it's coming back into the shore. They think that in about 15 years' time, if it travels at its present rate, it will be blocking the entire New York harbor. So ecology means they have to try to find out ways and means of avoiding things like that. When Pushta Krishna explained how science is now discovering new ways of reusing waste products like a newspaper, Gopa Vrindapal Prabhu made Prabhupada laugh by mentioning another type of recycling that didn't involve paper. They also say that they were going to recycle their own urine and stool and use it over and over again. Prabhupada stopped walking and raised his eyebrows. How? Like in the spaceship, when they go to the moon, they recycle their own urine and drink it over again. Amidst our laughter, Prabhupada grinned in surprise and shook his head. Madman. Pushta Krishna told him that man has created so many problems in the environment. But no one thinks that the problem is man himself and his way of doing things. They simply think if they can make some adjustment in the environment, then everything will go on very nicely. Srila Prabhupada shook his head. It would never be. They will try to make adjustment with material nature. Everything will be failure. They will never be able to adjust. Puna punas chalvita chalvananam, chewing the chewed. If there is a long diary, so I stop at this point. I make a few explanation and comment, and then we'll move on. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksul Miltamyena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Before I speak, I'd like to seek blessing from Vaishnavas here, and also Vaishnavis here, and also people on the YouTube or any social net. I didn't realize that this is the ad. It is ad, right? I own all Facebook. Okay. So, Bible TV, that's a wonderful. I received a message from Durban. One of the devotees texted me after giving class, morning class last time. He said, "Your English is fine. Carry on." So I was shocked that I received a message, not from Durban here, but Johannesburg. One of the, I felt very encouraged. Yes, I have to carry on. So, as Keshava Maharaj gave statement, or he mentioned, practically each class, that this material world is perfectly imperfect. So Prabhupada boldly makes statement that whatever adjustment they make, whatever solution they bring, it will not work. It will not work. Very clear and bold statement. But behind this bold statement, there is Shastric support. There is Shastric foundation to it. So Prahlad Maharaj says that Yasmat Priya Priya Byoga Samyoga Samma Shoka Gina Shakala Yonishu Dayamana Dukkha Shadam Tadapi Dukkamatadiyaham Puma Pramami Vadame Tapatasha Yogam. I read the translation and I go through this Sanskrit verse by verse, word by word. O Great One, O Supreme Lord, because of combination with pleasing and displeasing circumstances, and because of separation from them, one is placed in a most regrettable position within heavenly or hellish planets, as if burning in a fire of lamentation. Although there are many remedies by which to get out of miserable life. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying there is a remedy. Any such remedies in the material world are more miserable than the miseries themselves. Therefore, I think that the only remedy is to engage in your service. Kindly instruct me in such service. So, Now you understand why Prabhupada said, whatever solution, whatever adjustment that you're trying to make to resolve material problem, it will not work. Why? Remedy itself is more miserable than the misery itself. What a shocking statement. Do you remember Kesava Maharaj gave one example? The cobra, problem of cobra in India. So the cobras in the village, they're biting people, some people accident, the cobra poison is very, very deadly. People taken to a hospital, and some people get paralyzed, some people even die due to cobra bite. So what did they do? They put bounty on cobra. So anybody catches a cobra, you bring to the government office, will give you reward. So the locals, they start to catching the cobras, and then they take it to the government office, and then they get reward, and then they get easy money. So sooner or later, what they do? They're breeding cobras, more cobras. Oh, this is a good way of money. So you fix one problem and then create another problem. This is a material world. There is saying that if you fulfill one desire, it gives birth to 100 desires. So I used to say in England, any edible you see in the car, next to the car, a beautiful lady is standing. What is indicating? If you have this car, then you have a higher chance to get beautiful lady. So you get a car, nice car, then immediately what people think? Oh, I need to have a nice partner to sit together. So once you have a partner, what's next? We have to arrange the house. And once you arrange a house, then there's so many things. Curtain has to matching with the sofa, and then dining table matching with all the dishes, etc. And the TV has to be certain size to matching with the living room. It's endless. So here, Prahlad Maharaj saying, Priya, in our life, something pleasing comes. And the apriya, something unpleasant things that comes. And also we go through Viyoga and Samyoga. Yoga means connection, Viyoga means separation. So sometimes we get separated with our loved ones. Sometimes we meet new people. And then Samyoga, and then we develop certain relationship. But after all, Shoka Aganina Sakala Yonishu. So Sakala Yonishu. Yoni means So any bird you may take. Shoka Agna. Shoka means, as you know, the lamentation. This lamentation is like a fire. It's burning. So much so that even Lord Ramchandra, seeing the moon, because there's so much separation with Sita Devi, heart was burning. So she thought that there was a sun. So in this way, Shoka Agnina Shakala Yonishu, any types of a living being, any types of life in this material world, ultimately there is an element of Shoka. But you may object, no, look, the fish or the pond, they swim nicely, seems like they are very shanti and they're very peaceful. They don't seem to have any shoka. But you bring a few pieces of a chapati and you break it into it, you throw in the water. Jai Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki, Jai Giri Govardhan ki, Jai Sri Gaura Hari ki, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaura Pranande, Hari Hari Bo. The moment you put a piece of chapati, a piece of puri, a piece of bread, then they jump out of the water, and then they try to grab it. Sudden chaos, commotion you'll see. You know what I mean? Looks like they are peacefully swim along, but actually they are in hunger. They are in starvation. Birds in the morning, beautifully chirping, and then they can fly anywhere they like. But actually they have a certain habitation, and constantly they are in anxiety of the predators. So that's why when you see the bird, their head always moving constantly. Why? Because they have the guard against all the predators. So it looks beautiful. It looks nice. Oh, the king of animal, lion, they seem to be enjoying. But then yet, they're saying that Nai suptasa simmasa pravishanti murge mukhaha. So even king of animal, the lion, Nai suptasa simmasa, if they are sleeping, that no animal, muriga pravishanti mukhe, they will not enter into lion's mouth. Please eat me. No one will do that. Lion has to hunt for his food. And then as he grows older, lion also getting older, they cannot run as much as before. Then ultimately at the end of life, what's happening to them? They starve to death. Is it lucky if they starve to death? And then the hyenas, normally they run away from lion, but the moment they realize that this lion is weak, and then it cannot hunt, it cannot move like before, then the group of them gang together and attack them, and then they eat them alive. So in this way, the shoka agrina. If you look at in detail, then any types of living entity going through this terrible pain. But in human form of life, luckily, we don't eat each other. So, but then yet, we feel many types of pain and suffering in our life. So we're trying to find a solution to it. The remedy for that, it's called Oshadam. Oshadam. So in Yagya, in the end, we do Shanti Dan. So we give Shanti to all the audience, as well as those who attended this Yagya. So those who attended this Yagya, there is a visible living entity, human being, as well as invisible devatas, and then all the consort and associates of the devatas. So what we say? Om Dhyo Shanti, Antariksham Shanti, Prithivi Shanti, Apa Shanti, Vayu Shanti, Teja Shanti, Oshada Shanti, Loka Shanti, Brahmana Shanti, Vaishrama Shanti, Shanti Rastu, Dhriti Rastu, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So many living entity. Dho Shanti, living entity in the air. Antariksham, living entity, those inner world. And then Prithivi Shanti, those living entities on the earth. Apa Shanti, living entity in water. And then Vayu Shanti, living entity in the air, the wind. And then Teja Shanti, living entity living in the fire. And then Oshadam Shanti, all the medicinal herbs. So that Loka Shanti, people on earth, they can be Shanti too. So in this way, Dukkha Oshadam, it says here, Dukkha Oshadam tada pidukkam. That remedy, that medicine for our own dukkha itself is dukkha. And then atat diya aham. For those who aham tat, aham this, I am this body. Those who thinks in that way. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj prayers that Bhuman, oh my great Lord, Brahmami Bhadame, please Bhadame, instruct me. Tava Dasha Yogam, your Dasha Yoga, yoga of devotional service. So Bhagavata, as you know, is full of yoga. Start with Arjuna Vishada Yoga, and then Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, etc. Then finally it ends with the Moksha Yoga. So if you condense this 18 yoga into 3 yoga, then we know Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Apart from that, we know Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, etc. There's so many yogas. But Prahlad Maharaj is asking, all those yogas, ultimately, if it doesn't have a connection with the Lord, if it's not in line with Krishna, then ultimately it cannot resolve the problem itself. So, for material problem, we look for material solution. That material solution itself creates another problem. So only spiritual solution will be true solution for material solution. I'll give you practical example. So now, because of CO2, carbon dioxide, yeah. So now they bringing electric car, so it doesn't give much of a smoke, fume. It's a good solution, right? So all the European country, even I saw here, and then even Korea, they are geared up to make an electric car. So it seems like a perfect solution. But in order to run electric car, what do we need? Battery. So in battery, what does it go inside? So very, very different types of minerals goes inside also. And also plus, now the AI. So we have many things by introducing AI. So we reduce our labor, etc. But this AI, how it works? What is the food of this AI, the computer program or data center? It's electricity. So where is the electricity coming from? Ultimately, natural resources. So anyone who does a stock investment here? So I'll give you good information. Copper price is going up and up and up. Why? In order to supply electricity, it requires the conductor of electricity. The best conductor is silver. But silver is too expensive. So that's why when you see the electric wire inside, there is copper inside. So now the Google, Microsoft, Facebook, etc. So whatever we do, we put on the YouTube, then you can watch it. Why? Because it's stored in a data center, and then we extract the whatever video, photos, etc. The reason we are able to extract is that due to that data center, they restore it. So in order to maintain that, it requires electricity, and then in order to send the electricity from the what you call the generator, it requires the wires. So in this way, that it seems like they resolve the issue of carbon dioxide, but and yet still they have extract another materials from the Mother Earth. So in this way, that we cannot really resolve a real ultimate issue what we are facing. Uh, so for example, in Mahabharata, when you see there is a conflicting situation, and then Krishna gives a solution. So it seems like it looks like it kind of a fairy tale. It seems like it's not really relevant to us, but there is a deep, deep insight to it. So for example, when Durvasa Muni came to the Yudhishthira Maharaj and Pandava's ashram for lunch, so that this was Duryodhana's scheme, that Durvasa Muni went to visit Duryodhana, and then they had a nice discussion, and then Duryodhana suggested that, oh, Pandavas, they're staying over that forest, why don't you go have a lunch over there? He knew that this time Durvasa Muni goes, and their lunch will be finished. So when guests arrives, especially, and then when they feel hungry, if you don't feed them, it's offense. So as you know, Durvasa Muni get angry, he can do anything really. So Duryodhana, in this way, without put my finger on it, I destroy the Pandavas. So Durvasa Muni went and, oh, I'm hungry. But as you know, the Draupadis, the Akshaya Patra, finished. And then, oh, what to do? And the Krishna intervened. Then let them have a bath first before you meal. So while doing their bath, Krishna took one grain of, luckily one grain left. Krishna ate it, and the Krishna was satisfied with that one grain. And then this satisfied all Durvasa Muni as well as disciples of all the Durvasa Muni. So in this way, this looks like that kind of interesting anecdote, and yet there is deep insight to it. And then if you look at any situation in Mahabharata, Krishna constantly giving a solution to it. And Krishna constantly intervene. As you know, the Duryodhana, he wants to have a victory over Pandavas. And then before the battle begins, actually during the battle maybe, and then Duryodhana went to seek blessing from mother. So Mother Gandhari performed a huge tapasya, that the moment she heard that she is going to marry to Dhritarashtra, she blindfolded herself, that as my husband cannot see, so how can I see? So let me put fold on top of my eyes. So in this way, so she make herself blind. But when son came, hey mother, I need your blessing for victory. So this is power of tapasya. Any tapasya you perform, it creates certain shakti in you. So Gandhari is saying that, okay, so even before marriage, as soon as I heard of your father's name, I put the fold on top of my eye. But this time, I will unfold this which covers my eyes, so that I give you protection. So before you receive this Shakti, you take a bath and then come back. And then in order to give you full kavacha, full protection, you must not wear anything, so that can cover you completely. So in this way, the Duryodhana went to take a bath, and then on the way back, Krishna knows all this. So Krishna says to Duryodhana, hey Duryodhana, you are naked, where are you going? My mother is going to give me special protection. So my mother instructed me to take a bath and then come back to her in naked form. And the Krishna said to Duryodhana, you going to in front of your mother is being naked. You can be naked when you are baby, but when you grown up, how can you be naked? Have some common sense. So you cover at least the below part. So cover it and then you go. And Duryodhana think, yeah, it's true. How can I become naked in front of my mother? So in this way, he covered below part with the banana leaves, etc. And then, when Duryodhana came, Gandhari opened that eye fold and then give a full protection, full kavacha. But unfortunately, the covered part wasn't protected at all. And then Gandhari saying to Duryodhana, why you didn't cover that? This is my instruction that you should come and naked. And then, how can I be naked in front of you? So Krishna said this, and then Gandhari was felt, whatever happens, Krishna's hand behind it. And at the end, as you know, Gandhari also cursing Krishna. So in this way, even the Krishna's, the children or the family, also they have to leave the Dwarka. But one story connects another story. But what I'm trying to make point here is that ultimately, if we not in line with the Shastra, which Krishna says, then all the solution can be impossible. But and yet, we're trying to have some solution in our life. So I'm going to give you a tip how to resolve issues day to day we are facing. So this is not really Shastric, but maybe it gives you a certain maybe insight, maybe certain idea. So when you try a solution, there are two types of solution. One is the exact solution, the other is a possible solution. So that always we're trying to seek to find out the exact solution before we're trying the possible solution. Think about this. That all the solution cannot be exact solution, but can be possible. So always have an option of the possible solution. So I remember Keshav Maharaj gave example. Here there is water. Let me drink some water. So now it's a half full of a bottle of water. But somebody put 1 handful of salt in it. So I'm thirsty. Can I drink it? No. It makes me more thirsty. So question is that how to make this water drinkable again? In another way, I'm saying how can we can take the salt out? Salt already melted in the water. How can we take out? Think about it. Any suggestion? How to make this drinkable again? So Maharaj said, yes, we cannot take the salt out, but transfer this water into bigger container and put more water and more water and more water. Then eventually you get diluted. Then eventually it will reach possible drinkable status. So it cannot be what really expected, but and yet it gives a certain solution. So in this way, our problem is that always we think in a certain way. But there are many possible ways. So in this way, always look for a possible solution. It may not be exact. So one time Prabhupada gave a class. So this microphone, somehow this is nicely steady. But there, microphone was this loose. There is some things that came off, so the microphone keep falling and falling and falling. So my Prabhupada need to give a class, but all the audience, in full attention. But microphone is keep falling, trying to put it up, falling, put it up, falling. You know what Prabhupada did? He took Brahman thread off, and then he tied it. And the Prabhupada said, "This is the best use of Brahman thread." So in this way, which means you have to be very, very flexible in your attitude, in your mind. So in this way, that always remember there is exact solution and possible solution. So exact solution can be you get another screw and then you can make it perfect. But Brahman thread also can be solution too at that moment. And then another solution is that, let's say you can't do anything about it. You can do nothing about it. Then, at least you can put spiritual interpretation on it. So, for example, Lord Ramachandra, he prepared himself coronation. So he himself went to the Ganga, fetched the water for Abhishek. He was part of it. He was part of all the decoration. But as you know, Kaikeyi instigated, Dasharatha, I need a boon. So Lord Ram has to go to exile for 14 years. So Ram heard that from his own father. He's crying, "I'm sorry, my son. You have to go to the forest. You will not be king." Just tomorrow, just the day before in the evening, Lord Ram heard this news. Ram realized that you can't turn this situation around. He wants to, his father, more respect than anyone can give. So what Lord Ram thought? No worry, father. I'm happy to go to the forest for two reasons. Number one, if I go to forest, I'll meet nice sadhus. So these sadhus never come out. So they're happy in their own ashram. So I will never get a chance to take association with these nice sadhus. So I'll have a full association with all these sadhus, those who are hiding in the bushes, in the forest. And then another, Lord Ram said that, "Father, I'm happy to be away from this politics." So in this way, Lord Ram thought immediately the positive impact of being exiled. So our immediate thinking is that, oh, tomorrow I'm going to be, coronated as a crown prince, so that I can be next person in power. So in this way, we have a certain expectation, but when things goes wrong and things doesn't happen as our expectation, that we immediately get frustrated, and then so many pain in the heart, agony comes. But whether you believe or not, that always problem and solution is two sides of one coin. So even when there is sun, you see there is shadow. If you look at sunshine, you see the sunshine. But when you turn back on the sun, you'll see the shadow side. So which side do you want to look? So in this way, that you have to see proper or positive way. You're trying to interpret the problem as spiritual way. There is another solution for the problem. And then another, that so that you can't think anything positively in a certain situation. There is no positiveness towards this, or any spiritual interpretation. I cannot put it. And also, when you feel there is no solution, either possible solution or exact solution, when no solution to it, then what do you do? Then Shastra says, Sanam sarvadukhanam aparatikara pulvakam cinta bilapa raitam sa titiksha nigatyate. Then titiksha, you're trying to tolerate. Sahanam sarvadukhanam, any inconvenience, any pain, any suffering. When you tolerate, how? Apratikara pulvakam. So you're trying to turn it over. So somebody, let's say, you lend some money, but this one ran away without paying back. So somehow you're trying to chase them, but still it's difficult to catch them. Then he's saying that trying to turn back to the situation, somehow you have to tolerate. And then cinta bilapa raitam, and also without any ill feeling towards it, without any negative emotion. So just to tolerate. So in this way, even Bhagavatam says that if you constantly tolerate again and again, then you'll be right heir to the spiritual world. So in this way that we went through how to resolve issues, how to deal with the problems. And then another part of diary is that regarding proper explanations about enjoyment. So that this topic maybe we'll discuss some other time. And then I'll end here. If there is any question and comment. Only Harinam, yeah? Okay, so thank you for your kind attention. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.